Alright, Shalom Malakim. First and foremost, all give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bakaha, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to all the Akim out there that's doing the work in sincerity and charity with humiliation all across the four winds. To you I salute. To the sincere Aquathim out there doing their due diligence in the servitude of their husbands and in the servitude and keeping of their households. Shalom. This is the brother Yahshua from the GMS Bahamas camp. Back at you with a brief lesson. And the title of this lesson is, when you look back, what do you see? Do you see ashes or do you see refined gold? Now, I may adjust the title, I may adjust the title in the description, but either way, and I was doing some meditation this morning, some reading this morning in the book of 2nd Esdras, and we have the 2nd Esdras 4 and 50, and we read this precept. It says, "Then said he unto me, Consider with thyself, as the rain is more than the drops, and as the fire is greater than the smoke. But the drops and the smoke remain behind. So the quantity which is past did more exceed." Now when we look at history, like when we read the scriptures and we look at history and things that happened in times past, as much research and reading as we do, we only come across a remnant of what actually happened, right? When you dig deep in history, you ain't never get fully what happened at that exact time and while it was going on. You may be able to paint a very good picture of it, but to say you know exactly what was going on, can't do it. Just as when it raining, unless you in that rain, if you just coming by after that rain passed, the only thing you can see is the drops. With the fire, unless you in that fire, you don't see exactly or how hot it was while it was happening. The only thing you can see is the smoke, right? Same thing with our trials and tribulations. When you going through what you're going through, the scripture says that no chastening seemeth joyous but grievous. When you going through it, things seem difficult, things seem heavy, bro. While you going through it. But after it passed, the only thing we're left behind is the remnant, right? And we know right now we inside the furnace of adversity. When you're going through that furnace, with your works, the faith that you keep in that time, after the adversity pass, when you look back, do you see ashes or do you see refined gold? Do you see wood or stubble or do you see refined silver? You see? Let me get this precept, 2nd Esdras 4. I can start at verse 8, right? Because I can start at verse 46, Salakia. This is Esdras speaking to the angel. He says, "What is past I know, but what is for to come I know not. And he said unto me, Stand up upon the right side, and I shall expound similitude unto thee." Now again, we know what happened in the past, but we don't know what's to come. You see? And even the angels only have a snippet as to what's to come. You see? And the things what happened in times past, we only have a snippet of exactly what happened in times past. You see? Verse 48 says, "So I stood and saw, and behold, an hot burning oven passed by before me. And it happened that when the flame was gone by, I looked, and behold, the smoke remained still. After this there passed by before me a watery cloud, and sent down much rain with a storm. And when the stormy rain was past, the drops remained still. Then said he unto me, Consider with thyself, as the rain is more than the drops, and as the fire is greater than the smoke, but the drops and the smoke remain behind. So the quantity which is past did more exceed. When we apply that to ourselves, to our day-to-day lives, what we've been through, the things what we going through now, look at times past. You more than likely you've been through things worse than that. You've been through more things. You've been through more things than what you going through right now. More than likely you've been through worse things than what you're going through right now. And when you look back at it, you get through it. If you trusted in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you got through it. When you look back to it, when you leaned on your own understanding, you may have gotten through it. But is that works of ashes, or do you think that work is of gold? When you trusted in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and you got through it, do you see gold? Do you see ashes? You see, when you trust in the Lord and you get through something, more than likely you can see silver or gold. When you lean on your own understanding, more than likely it could be stubble, wood, ashes. You see? You've been through a whole lot more than what you're going through. And the things to come, the things what we're going through now, I ain't gonna be able to compare to that. Right? Now we jump down to verse 52. It says, he answered me. Now I'm gonna read verse 51. Then I prayed and said, may I live? Thinkest thou until that time? He asked me if you think he can live until, you see the end of it. Or what shall happen in those days? He answered me and said, as for the tokens whereof thou ask me, I may tell thee of them in part. Even the angels only can tell you so much. No one knows or even could fathom the thoughts of the Most High Power. You see, even the angels only could tell you in part. Because when you go into the word angel, it means messenger. You see, they only could tell them what was given to them. It says, but as touching thy life, I am not sent to show thee, for I do not know it. Straight up. Now let's get this second here, just chapter 4, right? Let's get this in a different translation. You can get this inside the New Revised Standard Version, Updated Edition, right? Let's get this piece real quick. It can be too long. The second address, chapter 4, I can start with verse 46. Verse 45. Show me this also, whether more time is to come than has passed, or whether for us the greater part has gone by. For I know what has gone by, but I do not know what is to come. Right? You know that you're ready. You know what you're going through, but you don't know what you're about to go through. You read about the things of old. The scripture does say, remember the days of old and see, right? You have a inkling, or you have a understanding of what had happened, right? But to say you know 100% what is going to happen, we don't know. You see, the ways of the Lord are way past finding out, right? Yeah, we have the prophecies there. The prophecies give us an understanding of what is to come, but to tell us exactly how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen, no one knows but the Lord, right? No one knows the fate of a man but the Lord. It says here, verse 47, he said unto me, stand at my right hand, at my right side, and I will show you the interpretation of a parable, right? So I stood and looked, and a flaming furnace passed by before me. And when the flame had gone by, I looked, and the smoke remained. And after this, a cloud full of water passed before me, and poured down a heavy and violent rain. And when the violent rainstorm had passed, drops still remained in it. He said to me, consider it for yourself. For just as the rain is more than the drops, and the fire is greater than the smoke, so the quantity that passed was far greater, but drops and smoke remained. More days has passed than you've witnessed. You see? 51. Then I prayed and said, do you think that I shall live and tell those days? Or who will be alive in those days? He answered me and said, concerning the signs about which you ask me, I can tell you in part, but I was not sent to tell you concerning your life. for I do not know. So all in all, Akim, the things what you currently going through, it seems insurmountable, it seems difficult, it seems like by the weight of the world on your shoulders. But though if you feel that way now, look at times past. You've been through a whole lot more things than what you currently going through. And more than likely been through a whole lot worse things than what you currently going through. But if you trust, and it's been tried and proven, if you trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you will get through it. No trusting for the present time seeming joyous but grievous. But if you trust in the Most High power, you can get through it. Just trust the process. And when you look back, you'll be happy to see that your works was of gold or your works was of silver. You see? But if you lean on your own understanding, you would find that your work were of ashes and wood and stubble. You see? Trust the process, trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and lean on your own understanding. With that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Rakah Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, and a Shalom.